Welcome everybody to Winston-Salem, North Carolina for Game 1 of the 2026 SEC Playoffs. Today, we've got the number 4 South Carolina Gamecocks taking on the number 5 Alabama Frozen Tide. Really quickly, we got the national anthem, and then we'll be right back. Hi everybody, I'm Sterling Caligers here with Carter Daniels, live on AAU Plus here at the SEC Playoffs. Alabama and South Carolina, this is going to be a great matchup. Two teams that surprisingly have not faced each other so far this season, despite there only being a select few number of teams in the conference. If it's anything like the ACC games we just saw, you all are in store for a phenomenal game here this afternoon. Really quickly, Alabama, 3-3-1 record in the SEC, 4th place with 10 points. South Carolina, 2-1-1, 5th place with 7 points, but they are ranked number 4, the Frozen Tide, number 5. At the SEC Frozen Showcase, Alabama took a 5-3 loss to Texas A&M, followed it up with a 2-1 win versus Ole Miss, and then in the Savannah Hockey Classic, South Carolina with a big 6-3 win over Georgia, then a 4-1 win over Florida for their first Savannah championship in their first ever appearance in the tournament. South Carolina and Alabama kicking off the 2026 SEC Playoffs. Here we go, here in Winston-Salem. The Gamecocks in these black uniforms moving left to right on your screen. The Frozen Tide right to left on the broadcast. John Riggins moving it to the left point here. There's a shot blocked in front, and this one cleared to safety with Brendan Flaherty. John Riggins, number 25, that is your player to watch out for South Carolina. Leading point scorer into tonight, 17 points in 12 games played with 6 goals. The Gamecocks look to bring it in the offensive zone. They'll connect with Riggins in deep. That was Colin Reed, and now Matthew Baxter digging for it. 3 Frozen Tide members there trying to win it back. It went too far for Gulata, instead Flaherty. Flaherty having some trouble with Gulata there. He'll stay with it at the near half wall and work it in deep. Rimmed around the wall, picking this one up is Aiden Dunphy and works it in deep to Colin Reed. Some little collision there with his own man. Eventually works out, and a blocker save made by Tyler Terranova. We'll talk about the starting goaltenders here in just a moment. South Carolina not done yet. They play it into the far corner there, and the Frozen Tide still not able to work it out. Flaherty in deep. A little bit of pressure from Alabama, picked up by Lucas Van Mullen, sent to the line with Brendan Flaherty. Now Alabama gains control with Josh Tratar, connects for Dwyer, and now they'll make a line change. Starting goaltenders for South Carolina, Tyler Tamoyan, 907 save percentage, 260 GAA, as Terranova just went down there as the Gamecocks looked to put it on goal. They'll flip it into that far corner. Meanwhile, for Alabama, it's Tyler Terranova, 927 save percentage, 250 GAA. The Gamecocks looking to continue their dominant start to this one. First 2 minutes have been all in their offensive zone. Alabama just looking to survive and start generating some chances of their own. Frozen Titans Remek. There was a great feed to the back door with Rowell. Instead, they'll just flip it into the far corner. Gamecocks look to move it the other way with Nico Tastrian, who flips it himself into the far corner. Terranova gonna backhand it to Simos, and now Anastasio, collected by the Gamecocks and David DuBois. Back on this one is Matteo Marchesi, and we'll drop it off for DuBois once more. Ahead with Nico Tastrian, some pressure there from Brown, picked up by DuBois, as the defenseman will exchange that puck. Far corner now below the goal line. They'll work it to Esposito up high, looking for a deflection. Shot went wide there, and back in the Gamecocks' control with Matteo Marchesi. South Carolina looking for the stretch pass there with Stickley. That one deemed an icing, even though Stickley got to that one first. He was a bit unhappy with that call. It looks like we'll have this face-off at center ice. Well, Carter, this is something we've talked about before, and we brought it up on the last broadcast. These people tend to be frustrated with officials sometimes, but just like the players, everybody's human, doing their best. And you see, if it ended up at neutral ice, so totally okay.
They recognize their mistake, and they... Ooh,
there's an offside.
Another weird call at the blue line.
Tastrian took that shot there after the offside, but think he didn't mean that maliciously.
No. Definitely a late whistle on that one.
So face-off coming up here. It's the captain for Alabama and Gabe Poland winning the draw. Banked off the wall by Logan Schaefer. Put back in the offensive zone, and Schaefer's on it once more. Off the wall it goes, looking to connect with Andrew Geiselhart. They'll slide it across over to Evan Simos. Up ahead, that's Seymour behind Gabe Poland, and the Gamecocks look to bring it the other way. Simos goes down, swats it into the Gamecocks bench. And so another neutral zone face-off coming up. Well, we talked about John Riggins being a key piece of the South Carolina offense, but look out for Reed Anastasio for Alabama. He's got 17 points in 15 games played, with 6 of those being goals of his own. The Gamecocks looking to clear it from their own defensive zone here. Alabama looking to keep it in with Josh Tratar. To the right point it goes. Little pump fake there from the defenseman. Puts it back in deep over towards Tratar and Gulata. We have a stoppage of play here.
I'm not going to call a penalty?
No arm is up out of a referee.
Another blown whistle for seemingly, not no reason.
Well, we're trying our best to figure it out. Let's take a look at this replay, see if we could spot anything there.
A good hit.
Alas, sure. we'll just continue here. Behind the net of Tyler Tamoyan, John Riggins looking to lead the breakout. Riggins takes a big hit there from Jack Spiegel. And back with Schaefer over to Simos. Up ahead, touched into the offensive zone by Gavin Rowell. A tight angle shot denied by Tamoyan. And now Rowell looks to put it back on goal. Instead, back the other way goes Brendan Flaherty. Flaherty takes a shot, blocked by Simos, cleared to safety, and back in South Carolina's control. Dunphy, a cross-ice feed to Reed. Colin Reed to the goal line. Has some pressure from Schaefer. Reed sticking with it, though. Now Simos laying the body, backhanding it to safety. Up go the Frozen Tide with Drew Zremek here. Zremek taking a hit from Aiden Dunphy. At that right point, that was Reed Anastasio trying to keep it in. South Carolina player.
Stick blew up. Both sticks blew up. I think he might have caught a piece up high.
Yeah, that's Colin Reed.
Comes off immediately.
He's holding his shoulder. Hopefully he's doing all right. Chance for the Gamecocks back the other way. What a feed, but it was behind the intended target of Dunphy. And here go Alabama. Luke Richards. Richards trying to stay with that one. Stripped instead. South Carolina going to slow things down with Enzo Finelli.
South Carolina had 4 players out there for a while.
I didn't catch that, like when he was down.
I think so. I think they didn't realize that he had come off and forgot to put another guy on the ice.
That was Carson Scove getting his shot blocked. Dangerous goal scorer for Carolina. Now a shot blocker to side. The rebound denied for Tamoyan. A couple nice saves. The follow-up on Maxwell Seymour. Carson Scove is another one of these South Carolina players who can be a quite dangerous goal scorer with 8 goals and 12 points in 12 games played. He plays out of Lawrenceville, New Jersey. The Gamecocks look to flip it out here, using the wall to try to get it clear. They'll eventually dig it free in the general direction of Carson Scove. Puck in some players' skates, and it's Reese Gulata the other way. Gulata has a man driving to the net, staying with it, drops it off to the goal line. Tritar, a centering feed, top of the zone. Hayden Spencer slides it across. A shot from the left point from Hoven, and it ends up below the goal line. Right towards the slot, Hayden Spencer right point, works it down low to Gulata, and picking this one up was Dyer. A free puck available, the backhand just wide of the goal, right pad side of Tyler Tamoyan. The Frozen Tide looking for more offense here. They're getting some good looks in the O-zone. Gamecocks leading the shots 3-2. Well, Tyler Tamoyan, speaking of that Savannah Hockey Classic just a few weeks ago, he was named the championship game MVP in that victory against the University of Florida. Has a couple of phenomenal performances this season. October 17th, 28 for 28 against their rival. What a shrugging save made there in the Clemson Tigers. And then November 1st, 29 for 29 against Wake Forest. South Carolina looking for the centering feed there. That was Lucas Van Mullen looking for the dish. At neutral ice, it's played here by David DuBois. Up ahead to Carson Stickley. Around the net of Tyler Terranova, it's Evan Simos connecting with Anastasia. Put back in the zone there, flipped off the glass by Angelo Coscignano, and rimmed around the wall, connecting with Seamus Murphy. Or excuse me, Reed Anastasia. I got my wrong team there. There's a shot, gets deflected and scooped up by Terranova. He's content to hold on to the whistle. Now for Terranova, his couple of key performances this season, back on September 5th, went 21 for 21 in the season opener at Georgia Tech. Followed it up on November 21st, 50 for 50 at Ole Miss.
Wow.
So these goaltenders can be brick walls if they so please. We've seen really good goaltending battles in the ACC playoffs this morning in Elon, Richmond, and then Georgia Tech, Georgetown. No team has scored more than 3 goals through the morning session. But you never know what's going to happen here in the SEC playoffs. A good start to this one, but bit of a low shooting affair to start. Both teams tight defensively. Backhand, they score!
They heard you saying low scoring, and they decided to change that narrative.
Perfect timing. It's Carson Stickley, a bar down backhand, and it's 1-0 Gamecocks halfway through the first.
Let's see that replay.
Check out this backhand from the circle, going glove side on Terranova. What a snipe there on the backhand. A phenomenal finish for Stickley out of Woodbine, Maryland. It's his 6th goal of the season and his 16th game played. There's a pad stop made there by Tamoyan for his 12th point. So let's see if that opens up the offense a little bit for South Carolina. They'll put it in front, was looking for an attempt from Jeremiah Campbell. Skating with it the other way is Dyer, and now Tratar. Tratar, Little Deke draws a penalty on that one. Most likely a trip. And the Frozen Tide have their opportunity to answer. Shots are 5-4 in favor of the Gamecocks. We'll take a look at that penalty again. Good work driving there by Tratar.
Stick just gets caught under the skate of the Alabama player, and down he goes.
Exactly. First power play of the game and of the playoffs here in the SEC to the right of Tamoyan. Evan Simos at that left point, batting it down is Dyer. Across the seam, looking to hit up his option there in James Brown. Brown will get it back, surveying, curls back once more, looks for Simos, he fans on the one-timer. Now Dyer trying to keep it in. The Gamecocks looking for the clear. Back with Dyer, high slot, beautiful puck movement down low. That shot went wide, put back in front once more. And finally it's cleared to safety for now for South Carolina. The Frozen Tide right back in the zone. Simos looking to pinch in, but another clear for the Gamecocks here. Whiffing on that pass there was Anastasio. Eventually connects with Simos, and now Drew Zremak. Tamoyan gonna slow down this puck, backhands it around the wall, looking to get it here to David DuBois. One more clear for Carolina with a minute to go on the power play. Ends up back here with Kaibon Sukin. Puts it all the way down, looking to connect short-handed with Carson Scove. Good pressure from him, but it's Hayden Spencer. Scove wins it back for his Gamecock squad at that right point, content to just kill off some time from the power play situation. There's yet another clear. This one shooting it all the way down was David DuBois. Hayden Spencer with 26 remaining. Anastasio enters the zone cleanly, feeds the slot. There's a shot, deflected wide. Carolina looking to clear here with Marchesi. In down low, it's picked up by Luke Richards. Battle here below the goal line. Some pressure from DuBois. Staying with it is Richards. Tratar will drop it off. Spencer, now Anastasio. Fresh out of the box is Aiden Dunphy. Dunphy on a breakaway goes down, and he'll draw a penalty. So right after killing off the Alabama power play, Carolina will get their first attempt at a man advantage. That's
crazy timing. The stick explodes. Guy hops out the box. Breakaway, gets tripped up, and now
you can see it again
the tables
here.
Have turned. Yep.
I mean, that's a great effort from Hayden Spencer. Unfortunately, just got caught up in the skates of Dunphy.
Terranova sent that thing out of the rink.
Now, we've talked about before on some of our Georgia Tech broadcasts that in the NHL, we have delay of game for throwing it out of the playing surface without hitting the glass. Not here in the ACHA, but did he ever clear the glass with that one.
Oh, he definitely did. It might have gone up to the second round of, or second row of seats out here.
It went up quite a bit.
Home run.
Good elevation for Terranova. I guess it is baseball season coming up in the NCAA. It's John Riggins.
Opening day for a lot of teams today.
Very exciting for all the baseball fans out there. But as we said with the Olympics on the last broadcast, even better than that is some playoff hockey here in the SEC. Thank you all for joining us here this afternoon. Very happy to be checking out this game with you all. A minute 22 remaining on the Carolina power play. Leading the rush was Aiden Dunphy. A cross-ice feed in the direction of John Riggins. Simos looks for the clear. Gabe Poland as well. On the backhand, spinning it below the goal line. It's going to be tried to be won by Carson Scove. To the left point, keeping it in, is Kai Bonsukin. Back to Scove in the far corner. Scove connects with Bonsukin, across for Riggins, through the seam. Scove fires, and Terranova gobbles it up. Excellent puck movement on the Carolina power play. 50 seconds remaining on that one. And Carson Scove has been all over the offense here in the first period for the Gamecocks. Still plenty of time to work. A clearing attempt too far for Scove to handle, and Tamoyan will backhand it up ahead. Here goes Lucas Van Mullen, gaining entry cleanly, stops at the top of the circle. Van Mullen having some pressure there. Eventually, it's able to be picked up by Aiden Dunphy. Give and go between him and Flaherty. Dunphy's shot, Terranova got enough of that one. Back with Dunphy at the far flank. Top of the zone, Van Mullen blocked in front. Brown able to get the clear with 10 seconds remaining on the Carolina power play. Brendan Flaherty here up the near wing. Flaherty cruising in cleanly. Stops at the circle. His shot blocked in front. Alabama with a chance with Drew Zremek. Zremek trying to weave through two Gamecocks. Power play has ended. We skate 5 aside. Zremek tight angle, and Tamoyan makes the stop and covers up.
Looks like media timeout.
With all these power play situations, we just have a minute.
I think there's about 5:30 left.
Okay, as soon as I looked up, it already started the clock for this timeout. But yes, just about 5 minutes to go, a minute remaining in this media timeout. We'll step aside for a brief moment. We'll see you after the timeout. Well, welcome back for the first period between South Carolina and Alabama to open up these SEC playoffs.
5:51 left on the clock. I was a little off.
You were close. You were much closer than my attempt.
Yeah, 1 minute.
1 minute left. I mean, like, time flies when you're having fun, but that was really quick. But no, you were correct.
Oh, man, what a takeaway here.
Big strip there from Garrett Albers. Put back in deep by the Gamecocks. Looking to clear it is Richards.
Ooh.
As he takes a hit. Stays with it, though. The Gamecocks laying the body in that far corner. That's Brown trying to clear it to safety. A feed out in front. Available puck. Terranova's got it covered as he pounced on that loose change.
Lost his stick, but didn't lose the puck.
I really like that phrase. Good phrase. But yeah, Terranova making sure no more jamming away at that puck. We'll take another look at that most recent chance. Kind of hard to see from that top angle, but that puck was sitting immobilized right in front of him, able to pounce on it to get the whistle. Alabama's Barrett Hutchinson trying to break it out. DuBois turns it over, and it's Dyer. One-on-one, Little Deke right circle, and DuBois got his stick in the shooting lane. Reese Gulata here, far half wall. Gulata slows up, works it in deep, around towards Tratar. That's Riggins. Around the end wall it's going to go. Picked up here by Colin Reed, and back with Esposito. A chance here with Matthew Baxter. What a deke! Baxter couldn't get the shot away. Riggins tries holding the line, and he does at the left point. Tries a little deke around Dyer there, and the Frozen Tide just flip it to safety. Whiffing on that pass, set up an opportunity for Tratar, but safely for Carolina is Gavin Rowell. Baxter give and go with Rowell as he's got it up the right wing. A tight angle shot deflected wide, and Reed's back on it, and he'll spin it to the near side. Up ahead, Alabama was looking to clear with Barrett Hutchinson. That one flipped out of play once more from the Frozen Tide defensive end.
So we have confirmed no delay of game.
That is definitely confirmed at this point.
Interesting. I guess you still end up with the puck in your zone, which is not ideal, so
right.
They've decided that's punishment enough. Which with this South Carolina offense so far, it is.
Yeah, no, definitely.
They have been on top of things.
10 shots on goal through the first period, which isn't even over yet. 4 minutes remain as the Gamecocks continue to apply the pressure. Frozen Tide with 6 of their own, looking to answer and tie this game up. Little deke there from Carson Scove will slide it across. Give and go Scove down low. What a chance for Van Mullen, and a great blocker save by Terranova. Frozen Tide looking for the clear. Of course, that was an absolutely massive blocker stop. As he's the first goaltender of this morning and afternoon who's left-handed, so that blocker on the left side. Yeah. But phenomenal save we just saw there. This one, a delayed icing on South Carolina, and so for Alabama, you've had the puck in your defensive zone quite a bit in the most recent few minutes, but now with this Carolina squad unable to change, face off in your offensive zone, win this draw cleanly, and see if you could set up shop. Start to test Tyler Tomoyan once again. Face off to his right. It is Luke Richards taking the draw for Alabama against Carson Scove. Scove wins it cleanly, and around the wall it's Hunter Cohen. Or excuse me, Matteo Marchesi. Scove, right circle, Terranova gobbles up that one with the catching mitt. And so a face-off coming up back in the Alabama end. Face-off coming up to his left. It's Luke Richards again, taking the draw against Jake Pusker. Looks like Pusker wins that draw. Flaherty at the right point. Works it in deep towards Carson Stickley, the South Carolina goal scorer today. Evan Simos backhands it to Reed Anastasio. Little breakout here, trying to connect with Brown. Brown up the left wing, cuts it back, stays in control, tries to slide it across the sheet. Carolina's looking to spring. Nico Tastian. Tastian, and a nice stop with the chest from Tyler Terranova. Well, both teams were looking for some stretch passes on that most recent shift. That was a good look for Tastian. And Terranova has responded nicely since the goal against. He's now at 13 saves in the first period alone. Flaherty's pass, a bit hard to handle for his D partner Aiden Dunphy, as Dunphy gets back on it as Alabama was able to clear. Flaherty ahead, connecting with Nico Tastian. A backhand here. Flaherty will regain entry. Top of the zone, works it to the far corner. Some good work from Seamus Murphy. The Frozen Tide try to win it back. There's a shot and a glove save made by Terranova on Tastian again. Keep an eye out for Nico Tastian. 14 points with 8 goals in 15 games played. He's had a couple really good looks in this past minute of action. A minute 42 remaining in the first. Left point, they'll slide it across. In control with Kai Bonsukin. Shot from the line, kicked aside by Terranova. Put back in deep. On it is Colin Reed, looking to hit up Garrett Albers. Albers works it to the right point with Bonsukin. Walks in, takes a shot. A great block there from Peterson. One more deflected, and Gulato's looking to lug it the other way. He'll flip it to safety for now. Colin Reed puts it back in the zone. Peterson across, and this one too far for Drew Zremek. That's going to be an icing on the Frozen Tide, but a good effort from Zremek to try to negate it. Shots are 16-6 in favor of South Carolina here in this first. We'll talk a little bit recapping the first after this final minute of play coming up. For now, we've got more action ensuing. Jake Pusker trying to win that puck back. Alabama's got it with Dyer. The Gamecocks look for one more chance with John Riggins. A beautiful feed, walking in Pusker. Another chest save for Terranova. Jake Pusker, the leading goal scorer for this Gamecock squad. 10 goals and 13 points in 13 games played. So keep an eye out for him. John Riggins to take this draw for the Gamecocks. He looked like he won it to himself. Pusker's shot denied by Terranova once more, this time via the glove. And so a face-off. Exact same situation coming right up. 40.7 left here in the first period. It's Riggins taking the draw against Dyer. Tie up here, and Zremek will come away with it. Off the end wall, will get it eventually to CJ Hoven, and a chance for Alabama with Rowell. Shot denied by Tamoyan. He holds on to the rebound. And you know, honestly, Carter, 18-7 shots on goal. I feel like a lot of goalies would tell you it might actually be harder to not be tested that much throughout a game than to be loaded with a ton of shots.
Yeah, just go through a whole period cold, and then, you know, maybe Alabama gets their skates out under them and then starts firing hard, and all of a sudden you're shooting on a cold goalie, essentially.
Exactly right. Tamoyan with a nice stop here at the end of the first period. Carolina looking to set up one more rush. They'll lug it themselves, and crossing the red line, trying to cross the blue, was Matteo Marchesi. Final couple seconds here in the first period. The South Carolina Gamecocks lead the Alabama Frozen Tide 1-0 after one. It's number 4 USC taking on number 5 Alabama. And really quickly before we get into this intermission, any general thoughts on the first?
South Carolina is coming out. They're dominating, playing really well. I know they have fewer games played in the SEC, and their SEC record is what, 2-1-1?
Yes.
And Alabama's is 3-0-1?
3-3-1.
3-3-1. Okay, so they played a lot more SEC games, but clearly they seeded it correctly. USC is showing that they are the team to beat in this matchup. Alabama will have to work hard.
Yes, that's
to get some more shots on goal.
Well, we'll see how their coach Lancaster is able to respond in the locker room, how to fire his team up a little bit. But this is a South Carolina team, won the Savannah Hockey Classic, but I think it was the opponents that they beat that was even more impressive. Obviously, UF is a very good team, won the D2 AAU National Championship just 2 years ago. And then the University of Georgia, always a phenomenal team, semi-finalists in AAU D1 last season. So a couple good wins. We'll take you to the first intermission. Stay tuned. We got a good one in store in the second. We're here in the first intermission. Interview coming right up. How are you doing, Coach? First game of the SEC playoffs. What's the emotions like for you guys?
I think we're just excited to be here, man. I mean, it's a great facility, and I mean, we're having a great time, honestly.
That's great to hear. First period of play, South Carolina with the 1-0 lead. What can the players expect to be your message in the locker room after the first 20?
Just keep playing hard, right? Picking up the back door. I mean, got a bad bounce on the one, but I mean, we just got to keep getting pucks to the net as well. Crash rebounds. They have a great goaltender, so we're going to have to crash the net if we want to get one in.
100%. And really quickly, it was a great season for you guys so far. What's one key moment you think that has defined the season?
Honestly, it'd be before the season. We went to a little team boot camp. I think just watching the guys buy in and just all become one unit, like that really meant a lot. Because, I mean, obviously we're here to win games and everything, but at the end of the day, I mean, we're building lifelong friendships, relationships, and things like that. So just have good team camaraderie and everybody be on the same page and like to show up to the rink and like to be on this team, right?
Well, that's a great answer. Thank you so much for your time, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Welcome everybody to the second period of play between the number 4 ranked South Carolina Gamecocks and the number 5 Alabama Frozen Tide. 1-0 South Carolina lead after the opening 20 minutes. It was Carson Stickley depositing it for the Gamecocks. South Carolina with the majority of control in that first period. Shots on goal are 18-7 in favor of the Gamecocks. But for the Frozen Tide, you've had a very good season, right? 5th ranked in the SEC, but a 2-1 win against Ole Miss at the SEC Frozen Showcase. Had a couple big wins throughout the season, couple shutouts. Let's see if the coach's locker room talk has inspired them for this middle frame, which is now underway. Alabama now moving left to right on the screen. The Gamecocks trying to get back in control. Alabama with Gulata, but now Brendan Flaherty for the Gamecocks. Up the far wing, turned over to Tratar, and they'll get it back to the near wall. This one a bit too far for John Riggins. Over the glass it goes. Tratar tries to bring it to safety. Right back with Riggins. Riggins looking to test Terranova from range. And in deep, that is played by Colin Reed. I was just thinking about, this is kind of a tough matchup. What a big deflection there and stick to side by Terranova. A big, weird matchup when it comes to the goalies' names. Sometimes I'm getting them confused because we got Tyler Terranova and Tyler Tamoyan. What can I say?
Battle of the Tylers in that.
Exactly. John Riggins to the left point, loading up a shot. That one went just wide. Picked up by Bonsukin at the right point. His shot gets deflected, and back the other way goes Tratar. Looking to spring Reese Gulata here. Gulata a little bit maybe tired after that long shift. He's electing to go to the bench for a line change. Up the ice, Aiden Dunphy. Dunphy good. Pressure from Evan Simos there. This one batted down. Rowell trying to dig it free and play back the other way by, Lucas Van Mullen. Near corner for Alabama, it will be Jack Spiegel as F1. That one too far for Zremek to intercept. It goes all the way down for an icing. Although I don't think they've had a shot on goal this period yet. I feel like it's a better start for Alabama. They're trying to be a bit more aggressive. I'm a fan of their start 2 minutes in. Face off to the left of Tyler Tamoyan here. Drew Zremek takes it for Alabama. Ends up in the Gamecocks' control. Starting the rush here is Aiden Dunphy, and he'll work it to the far wing. Little deke there, read well by the Frozen Tide. They were looking to spring Zremek instead. Right circle, Terranova, a nice stick save. They look to feed it back to the slot. Skating the other way is Drew Zremek, working it to Rowell. Bonsukin there for the Gamecocks. Now this one played up ahead. Lugging that puck across the center ice logo. They'll drop it to Dunphy. Beautiful puck movement. Terranova might have gotten a piece of it, or it went wide on the blocker side. Frozen Tide looking to dig it free. Right circle, a drag, working it to the line, loading up a shot. Sailed just high there. Zremek tries to dig it free. That one deemed offside as Aiden Dunphy was trying to hold the line. So 22-7 the shots on goal at this point. Looks like we had a penalty on that play with Carson Scove heading to the box. And so, again, we talked about the importance of special team situations for Alabama. Once again, all it takes is one shot. You've tied the game up. If you beat the goaltender Tamoyan just once, we'll see what they're able to do here. Second power play of the game coming right up. Face off to be taken by Luke Richards for Alabama. He'll win this draw, and they get it to the left point with Spencer. Shot through traffic, blocked in front. Work below the goal line there. Richards and Zremek there. Eventually ends up with Richards. Banked off the wall to Brown at that right point. His pass picked off, and back the other way goes Colin Reed. Reed shorthanded, looking to drive to the net. Terranova steers it into that far corner. Gamecocks playing aggressive on the shorthanded bid. They'll flip it towards the net. Terranova scoops it up, and he'll leave it to his defenseman, Hayden Spencer. Spencer leading the breakout here, has Brown to his right, hits up Zremek left side. Another clear for the Gamecocks. Some good pressure to try to start a shorthanded rush, but it's Anastasio back for the Frozen Tide. Tyler Tamoyan looking to slow this one down. A big hit laid there. Back with Matthew Baxter, and one more clear for the Gamecocks. 1 minute expired on the South Carolina penalty. That's Carson Scove in the box. I didn't notice he changed penalty boxes. Oh. Wondering where he went. Shot from Spencer.
He disappeared for a second.
Yeah, I double checked the scoreboard, still saw the power play. I was very confused by that. It's okay, we figured it out.
Phantom penalty.
Yeah. Here goes Tritar. Gains entry cleanly, ends up below the goal line in deep, works it to that left point, sliding it across to Evan Simos. Top of the zone, works it down low towards Reese Gulata. Gulata on that backhand, now Tritar. Tritar slowly cruising in, Gulata looking to set up. To the far wing, that one just a bit too far for Evan Simos. Good puck movement, but no shot on goal.
They had a left winger open on the opposite side. I thought he was going to try to thread the pass through the slot, but decided to go around, and now it's back in their defensive zone.
That's great analysis there. I was looking at that as well. That would have been a really prime opportunity. Instead, they kept cycling, and they were doing a good job of it. Unfortunately, not able to get the shot off. And so they're 0 for 2 on the power play.
3-on-1 the other way.
Here's a chance, right circle, sliding it in front. Not a clean look for the Gamecocks there on that odd man rush. There's one that's pulled just wide from Brendan Flaherty. At the half wall, it's collected by Jeremiah Campbell. Below the goal line here, looking to dig it free was Drew Zremek. 3 Frozen Tide members there. And it's Rocco Esposito getting the clear. Some good pressure from Spiegel for Alabama. Put back in the offensive zone. That one is Garrett Albers. Collected here by Ben Riccitelli. Riccitelli far half wall. Slides it across. Dunphy backdoor. The shot doesn't connect cleanly. A good feed to the far side, though. Forces Alabama to take another icing. Speaking of this Alabama Frozen Tide team, we see in one of the corners here the Auburn Tigers warming up for their game. Of course, heated rivalry in the Iron Cup. They're playing this next game at 4:15 against the Ole Miss Ice Rebs. Carolina feeds Riggins in the slot, and a great block from Esposito on Riggins, the leading point scorer for USC. Colin Reed works the line. Dunphy looking for a tip in front. The backhand, and Terranova challenged him while they try to put it back on goal by banking it off him. Instead, Terranova's able to collect, and he was sprawling to make that save.
Yeah, that was a great save.
Let's see if we could take another look at that.
Oh, this will be a great view of that.
John Riggins right out in front, slid it through the 5-hole, didn't catch that. Tried to bank it off of Terranova. And with the magic of these behind the net cams, we got an excellent look there. What a chance for Riggins. Back the other way, Anastasio. His shot gets blocked there. In the corner, that is James Brown. A good look for Alabama, trying to poke it over the goal line. The Gamecocks look to get it the other way. This is Bonsukin dropping it off to Dunphy. Up the right wing. They'll flip it into this near side a bit too far. Riggins picks off the pass. Bonsukin across. They go! They score! That feed to the back door might have gone off a skate and in. Leading the line is Matthew Baxter for the 2-0 Gamecock lead. Interesting play. We'll see if that went off a skate or what happened there. They look to play it across, and yeah, that just went off the skate of the Alabama defenseman, Evan Simos.
He was missing his stick, too.
A tough break for him. But that was a great passing play. Yes, even though it went off of the Alabama player. Phenomenal setup of that play. That would have been a great execution on the back door if it connected. Gamecocks aren't done. Right out in front, Terranova! A phenomenal blocker save as he was laying out to make that stop. Gamecocks aren't done, and Terranova makes the stop there on Jake Pusker. Wow, what a phenomenal diving save we saw just a couple moments ago from Terranova. I mean, how about that for responding after a goal? Right point, they'll get it across. This one stays in the zone at the left circle. It's played by Van Mullen. This one goes all the way down. Delayed icing here on the Gamecocks, and this one's coming back 200 feet. 26-9 shots on goal in favor of the Gamecocks. And I think for Alabama, the key from this point onward, as you're down this heavily in the shots on goal, we talked about it before, but especially for them, you gotta capitalize on your power play situations. They've had good looks, but being outshot this heavily, down 2 at this point, you're going to really need to make those chances result in goals. That's what I think is their easiest way to get back in this one. Of course, they're going to need to draw a penalty first. Carolina still has it. Beautiful work, weaving right in, and Terranova makes another great stop. I think that was David DuBois with the opportunity there. Looks like we'll head to our media timeout here. 2-0 South Carolina. We'll throw it to a quick break with a minute of timeout. Oh, welcome back after that short break. South Carolina up 2-0 on Alabama. We saw Carson Stickley deposit one back in the first period for the Gamecocks. Recently, Matthew Baxter, a centering feed, deflected off the skate of the Alabama defenseman Evan Simos and in, making it 2-0 Gamecocks. They lead the shots on goal 27-9. But we still got just over halfway through the game to go. see if the Frozen Tide can change the flow of the game in their favor. Face-off here is David DuBois against Drew Zremek to the left of Tyler Terranova. Little tie-up here, puck available, and it's Spiegel moving it the other way. One back for the Gamecocks by Pusker. Pusker half wall to the line with Flaherty. Give and go Pusker. Simos tries to break it up. They'll work it in deep and back around the wall for Pusker. Some pressure there from Drew Zremek. Now Evan Simos looking to get the clear. Skies it to safety, and it's back in Gamecock control. Trying to lug this one free, that's Carson Stickley, the first goal scorer of the game for USC, as that puck deflected into the Gamecock bench. 11:03 remaining in this middle frame. Thank you all for joining us here as we open up the 26 SEC playoffs. As we previously mentioned, coming up next, Ole Miss taking on Auburn to finish the SEC slate here today. After that, a couple more ACC playoff games here this evening at 7 o'clock and 9:45. Flaherty looking to start the rush for USC. Flaherty playing it ahead, a cross-ice feed, gets it over to Stickley. Stickley drops it off to Pusker. This one poked into neutral ice, and it's back with Flaherty. Flaherty here, D-to-D feed, gets it over to his man Angelo Cascignano, as he will get it right back to Flaherty once more. Now applying some more pressure is James Brown. Anastasia looking to win it back for the Frozen Tide. Jake Pusker up the right wing, staying with that puck, drops it off backdoor. Was looking there, a great opportunity. Carolina wanted a trip, they don't get it for now. Now top of the circle, looking to load up a shot. That's Flaherty to the far wall. Puts it on goal, the backhand, tucking it in. Oh. They score!
Showing off the hands.
South Carolina with 3 unanswered goals. That one deposited by Jake Pusker, and it's 3-0. Take a look at this.
That pass, though.
Great pass.
Right on the tape.
Well said, tape-to-tape pass. Pusker brought it below the goal line, but just because you're below the goal line doesn't mean you can't score. Great work to wrap it back in front, as Terranova wasn't ready for that one.
Hats off to Terranova, though. Only letting 3 in on 30 shots is still a 900% save percentage.
No, he's been playing very well between the pipes. Geiselhardt looking to add to the offense for Alabama, but Tamoyan will get it covered. It is a 30-10 shots on goal margin, and so for Terranova, he's been doing his part for the Frozen Tide. If you're Alabama, you want a little bit more run support, some more shots on net at least, but credit to this Carolina defense for preventing the opportunity. Back the other way goes Garrett Albers. This one played along the half wall here. Looking to dig it free is Geiselhardt. And back in deep with Evan Simos. On the backhand, too far for Spiegel. He'll poke it forwards to Drew Zremek. Zremek with speed, driving the net. His backhand went wide, glove side on Tamoyan. What a look that was there, but just off target. They'll test Tamoyan from range. He passes that one and leaves it to Aiden Dunphy to break it out. Excuse me, that was Bonsuk into Dunphy. Now top of the circle, they'll work with it with Jeremiah Campbell. Rowell looking to flip it ahead. Bonsukin at the line, avoiding a couple Frozen Tide defenders. Bonsukin in deep. Thought about a lacrosse goal.
I saw that.
We caught that one. At the far side it goes, and this one behind the net once more. They look to play it in front, nothing doing there, and it ends up with Jack Spiegel. Going down was Matthew Baxter, the second goal scorer of the game for Carolina. Banked off the glass into Gamecocks control with Aiden Dunphy. Dunphy turning on the Jets here, dropping it off. John Riggins with the shot. Went wide blocker side of Terranova. Could be an odd man rush, 2-on-1. Reese Galata didn't bring the puck with him, but Alabama stays in control. That centering feed off a stick. John Riggins cutting it back the other way. Riggins leaves it to Baxter, drops it to the line, and Terranova gobbles it up. Really good rush for Alabama there. Unfortunately for Gulata, just overskated that one. The puck popped off his stick. That's a tough break for the Frozen Tide. It must be pretty frustrating, especially in the context of this one. South Carolina wins this draw. Terranova another glove save. I don't even think the music stopped for that one.
It's
just song continuing. Face off again to his left. This time won by the Frozen Tide. Ends up behind the net of Terranova here. Banked off the wall. To the left point it goes. Loading up a shot. And it's Dyer the other way. Has Reese Gulata with him right side. Looking to connect. A pass a bit too difficult for him to receive. Tratar tried pulling it through his own legs. Instead, it's South Carolina flipping it to safety. That pass unable to be collected by Reese Gulata, and it's Jake Pusker pushing it the other way, the Gamecocks captain and most recent goal scorer. David DuBois laying the body there. Or I guess that was who I thought Pusker was, number 9 versus 8. Could be another odd man rush. Gabe Poland there for Alabama. Backhand from Gulata doesn't go. It's Richards at the near wall. Played across the sheet between Carolina defensemen. Lucas Van Mullen up ahead. A one-touch feed flipped into the zone there by DuBois. On this one is Barrett Hutchinson. Up the sheet to Brown. Brown looking to cut it back, but a good poke from Flaherty. This one all the way down, no icing there as there is a deflection, and it's Brendan Flaherty behind the net of Tyler Tamoyan. Up ahead, connects with now the captain, Jake Pusker. Pusker below the goal line, spins it in front, connects at the blue line, looking to load up a shot. Puts it back in deep, a centering feed picked off there by Hayden Spencer. Looking to connect with Anastasio, but back into the offensive zone for Kashignano. Applying the pressure, Carson Stickley here. Going to be a Carolina power play coming up as Tamoyan heads to the bench for the extra attacker. Stickley picks this one up. Far corner, now Pusker. Alabama looks like they're going to get the touch, and they do. So USC heads to the power play with 5:22 left in the middle frame. That is Luke Richards heading to the box. Take a look at what happened here. Two players just got tied up, and the stick in the skates there of the Gamecock player. And that is the cause of the tripping call. Well, we'll see if South Carolina can expand upon their lead. They'll set up shop right away out of the zone. Eventually gets it to Bonsukin. Bonsukin up ahead, Carson Scove. Gives it right back to Bonsukin. Here slides it across to John Riggins. Riggins leaving it with Bonsukin. Across for Scove. Scove on the backhand, looking in front. Terranova reads it well and makes a nice chest save again. 25 seconds expired on the Alabama penalty. A good look early in this one for the Gamecocks here. As face-off coming up with their same personnel. Winning the draw cleanly is Ryan Dyer. That one tries to be gloved down by Bonsukin. Jake Pusker across to the far side with Reed. Reed chips it below the goal line. Pusker's on it. Right back to the right point. John Riggins looks for the seam pass to Carson Scove. Ends up at the left point, Bonsukin. His shot gets deflected and blocked. Trying for the clear. They do get it. Chasing after it is Dyer. Forces Tamoyan to make a stretch pass there. And a beautiful feed to John Riggins. Riggins, circle, slows up to the slot, off the post, and out of play. That close to making it a 4-goal game with 53 left on the Richards penalty. And just, that's what happens when you give these top players of South Carolina that much time and space to work with. That one off the bar and out. So it remains a 3-goal game here. At the half wall, to the right point, they'll get it over to Dunphy. Dunphy leaves it to Flaherty. His shot gets blocked by Zremek. Now Lucas Van Mullen around the wall. Aiden Dunphy, near flank, drops it to Flaherty, walking the line, gives it back. Dunphy's shot and Terra Nova, an impressive glove save. 35 shots on goal, make it 32 saves for Terra Nova thus far. Officials will redo this draw here to the right of Terra Nova. Once more. That is Carson Stickley getting thrown out of the face-off dot. Carolina wins it, and it's Flaherty back on it. Dunphy surveying. Dunphy to the bumper. They look down low for Stickley. Couldn't redirect it on target. To the left point, give and go between Dunphy and Flaherty. His shot off the right post. Another good shot, beating Terra Nova, but not the iron. And out of the box goes Richards. Terra Nova gets a piece of that one. Dunphy below the goal line, looking right out in front. There's a shot and an impressive save made again, this time on Nico Tastian. Take a look at this one. That one, Terra Nova screened in front. Wasn't sure if he was able to locate that puck. That one got right past him, but just off target as it hit the outside of the post and stayed out. To the right point, that was, I think, David DuBois on goal towards Tyler Tamoy, and that one, a little bit of an interesting situation as he was hoping for an icing.
I think they'll take it out to center, yeah.
Well, this is what we were talking about back in the first, when you have a goaltender who has not been tested in a while. Weird things could happen. Now this one going to be dropped at center ice here. Ryan Dyer against Jeremiah Campbell. Dyer wins it cleanly. They'll get it across to Logan Schaefer. Puck played in deep. David DuBois there for the Gamecocks. They say he did not get the red line before he dumped it in, and so another Alabama icing. 2:50 to go here in the middle frame. Thank you all for joining us for the SEC playoffs. First game in these first round matchups. Carolina around the wall. Alabama looking to get something going here with Brown. Brown shot and a stop by Tamoyan with the right pad there. David DuBois up ahead. Gamecocks looking for a clear. They'll get it, but put it back in the zone by Reed Anastasia. Now Matteo Marchesi here. Marchesi will slow it down with 2:16 to go in the frame. David DuBois to his right, hits up Garrett Albers to his left. Albers will flip it to the Alabama defenseman Evan Simos. Pass too far for Brown, and so it's back with Marchesi. Has some good pressure from Simos trying to win it back. Behind the net of Tyler Tamoyan here. There's the centering feed. A great look, but a block in front. That could have been a good candidate for Alabama's first of the game. Little odd man rush with Tratar and Gulata, and that one batted down by Tyler Tamoyan. Banked off the glass here. Gamecocks get the clear. It's an icing coming up, and this has been one of the better shifts for Alabama here in the second period. Now sit at 16 shots on goal. So we'll see if they can keep the momentum going here. Josh Tratar to take the draw against John Riggins. Couple of Frozen Tide players exchanging places. We're ready to go for this draw. Linesmen are getting a little picky about these face-offs now. Oh, good. They'll just put Drew Zremak in there to the left of Tamoyan. And Carolina wins this draw cleanly. That's Marchesi here, collected by John Riggins. Riggins up the near wing. Riggins, beautiful dekes there, looking to create a path, was looking to center to Colin Reed, eventually gets it to DuBois. DuBois loads one up, Terranova, the save, and they score on the rebound. Colin Reed deposits the loose change. It's 4 in a row and a 4-0 Gamecock lead.
Yeah, just when Alabama thought they were getting some energy back, they were getting some shots on goal. I mean, it was a great shot, a great rebound, great score. Nothing that they really could have done defensively.
We'll take a look at this goal here. Just put the puck on net.
Right through the lane, and yep. Those are going to happen.
Couldn't have asked for a better rebound if you're Colin Reed.
He's sitting right there.
Sitting right there ready to jam that one in. It's their 37th shot of the game so far. Their 4th goal. You see with numbers like that, Terranova's had himself quite a game so far despite the 4 goals conceded. He's been rock solid between the pipes. Final 45 seconds in the second period here. Reed Anastasia gaining entry. Anastasia lets it go. The rebound to the near side. Couldn't put it back on goal, but Alabama really getting some offensive looks here in these past few minutes, much more than the rest of the second period. Tamoyan drops it off with 20 on the clock. This one reversed around the end wall, picked up by Lucas Van Mullen. Van Mullen to his own goal line here, near side with 10. Little give and go, and it's Enzo Finelli. A backhand from Scove with 3 on the clock. Spencer will flip it into the far corner, and after 40 minutes of play, it's a 4-0 Carolina lead. Number 4 USC over number 5 Alabama. Well, general thoughts on that second period?
Definitely a bounce back for Alabama towards the end, but this USC team, they look really good together. They've got solid chemistry. Anytime the puck is in the boards, they're on top of it. They usually come out with it, and offensively, they're throwing the puck on net and they're scoring.
Yeah, no, 100%.
They're coming as quickly as they throw them on net.
We just saw there, literally just tossed it to the goal. Little rebound right to their own man, slamming it home for the 4-0 score. We're about set for the second intermission here. We'll step aside as we head to the second intermission. Thank you all for joining us here, and we hope to see you back for the third. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the second intermission here in USC, Alabama. We're here joined with the head coach of the South Carolina Gamecocks. Coach, how are you doing this afternoon? Welcome to the SEC playoffs. What's it like to be out here?
Thanks for having us. The boys are excited. I thought we had a little kind of slow of a start, but after the second period, a lot happier now.
Well, could you talk a little bit about the atmosphere in the locker room a little bit? What is your message to the team to finish this one strongly?
I feel like since we came back from break, we've been playing real well. So I just told them pretty much just keep that tempo up, communicate with each other, being positive on the bench, and every time they skate, we're hard to beat.
Absolutely. Wanted to touch on the recent Savannah Hockey Classic performance. A couple of huge wins there for your first ever win in your first season in Savannah. How do you think that experience has helped you guys prepare for these playoffs?
It's huge. I believe, especially the first game against Georgia, I felt like it was the best game we played all season, from start to finish. There may be a few minutes in the second where we weren't ourselves, but other than that, it was an unbelievable performance. And Timoyan in net is just solid. So when you got a good goaltender to back you up like that, I mean, we're sitting good right now. We're kind of on fire in a way. We're playing real well, and we just got to keep on going.
100%. Well, thank you so much for your time, Coach, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome for the third period of play between the South Carolina Gamecocks and the Alabama Frozen Tide. South Carolina up 4-0 on Alabama, number 5 over number 4. Speaking of those rankings, we want to introduce to you the SEC playoff picture here, as this marks game number 1 of the postseason. Of course, Alabama and South Carolina now followed directly by the Ole Miss Rebels taking on the Auburn Tigers. Tomorrow marks the semifinals. We've got Tennessee and Georgia with that first round bye. They'll be debuting in these playoffs tomorrow afternoon. And then, of course, the SEC Championship at 11 a.m. on Sunday morning. Well, this has been quite the performance for the South Carolina Gamecocks. They've shown here, as you've kind of mentioned, Carter, this is a team to beat in the SEC. They've proven that the Savannah Hockey Classic was not a fluke, taking down Florida and Georgia. Up big, up 4, dominating shots on goal, 37-17 here against the Frozen Tide. And for what were incredibly competitive ACC games this morning, we've got a little bit of a different story here to open up the SEC bracket.
Yeah, you got a larger margin of talent, I guess, in the SEC. ACC, I feel like anyone could be anyone, other than maybe Princeton and St. Joe's. They've got Princeton's definitely, I mean, they've got a D1 NCAA team.
Yeah.
Like, they're probably spread pretty thin up there. But this is, yeah, it's been a blowout in comparison to the ACC games from this morning.
Well, there's definitely a few players we'd want to give credit to on the Alabama side. Of course, how could you not be in awe with the performance of Tyler Terranova? 33 saves through 2 periods of play. Probably going to be facing a lot more pucks here in this third. He's been rock solid between the pipes for his squad. Couple of their forwards as well have generated some good opportunities at the end of that second period of play. I've been impressed with Drew Zremek and Evan Simos on the back end, as look at that, there's an opportunity right off the bat for Alabama. Couple other good forwards, Reese Gulata has been all over this one, Josh Tratar, but at the end of the day, the top line and pairings of South Carolina have proven too much for the Frozen Tide to handle through 40 minutes. See if that changes here in this third period, as Alabama's in control with James Brown. Worked back the other way by John Riggins, collected by Brendan Flaherty. A little D-to-D feed, and it's Hutchinson up the far wing. Hutchinson gains entry far circle now, has a man supporting him in Reed Anastasia. To the right point it goes, looks to be worked back in deep. The defenseman throws it back in. That's Rocco Esposito, as there's some good pressure from Richards. Up the near wall, John Riggins. Some pressure from Richards, was looking to hit up Anastasia. Instead, it's Riggins flipping it to safety to the far side. Anastasia here, dump and change for the Frozen Tide. Richards applying the pressure, though, and South Carolina forces it to Lucas Van Mullen. Van Mullen protecting that puck. Works it to his defenseman, or his partner, Angelo Cascignano. And Carson Scove looking to lead the rush. Scove up the near wall here, a bit too far for Lucas Van Mullen, and so it's Gabe Poland a little deep, looks for the backhand, that one goes wide, a centering feed! It went wide on the near side this time. Alabama getting some looks, as we said at the end of the second period, and looks like here in the first, we're 2 minutes into this one. Bonsukin little toe drag, lost the handle, Scove to the left point, this pass turned over, and cruising with it the other way go the Frozen Tide and Seymour. Maxwell Seymour plays that into the corner and lays the body as well. Colin Reed connecting with his option there, Van Mullen. Entering the zone up the right wing here, that's Enzo Finelli. And now Logan Schaefer back on it for the tie. Up ahead, that one a bit too far for Maxwell Seymour. Collected by Kai Bonsukin. Up ahead, Carson Scove to the far wall. Bonsukin had some trouble with that one. And so Dyer works it towards the slot. Picked off there by Aiden Dunphy. And here he goes, but a good back check from Reese Gulata. Here's Dunphy weaving his way through, goes down, slides into Terranova. And the net becomes dislodged, but all that was losing an edge. Nothing you could do once you're down on the ice already.
Nobody lost their cool. Everyone stayed very chill on both sides.
Great to see. Yeah, you see they were just making a play for that puck. It happens sometimes. Just lose an edge.
They help each other up, and good sportsmanship from both teams.
Great sportsmanship here this Friday afternoon. Shot from DuBois goes wide glove side. Pinching in there was the defenseman and playing it in deep towards Jake Pusker. A hand pass called there. It was Carson Stickley getting involved with that. And so that will create a face-off here with Alabama getting fresh bodies on. Well, stay tuned for what will be a great game between Auburn and Ole Miss. As we said before, Auburn, the heated rival of this Alabama Frozen Tide squad. So that would be quite entertaining matchup. South Carolina looking to throw it in front, put back the other way, holding it at the circle, and Terranova, a nice pad stop. Rimmed around the wall, David DuBois is there, looks to throw it in front towards Pusker, and Terranova freezes that available puck. Well, we now sit at a shot line of 39-20 in favor of the Gamecocks. But I feel like it's been probably the best start to any period for Alabama.
Yeah, I agree.
Those first 2 minutes of the period, it felt like the majority of the play was in the Alabama offensive zone, and they've still had some good looks continuing off that start. Let's see if they can continue it here with Richards, but now it's back with David DuBois. Looking to glove it down was Luke Richards. Now Evan Simos over to roll. As South Carolina looks to work it in deep, the Tide put it back the other way, and collecting this is David DuBois. DuBois, some pressure from Luke Richards, left circle, and a good back check there from Matteo Marchesi to get his stick in that shooting lane, deflecting it out of play.
They've had quite a few pucks caught up in that net now.
Yeah.
I saw one go bouncing when the other one went up there.
But as we were just saying, that's a look that we didn't see Alabama get through maybe the first 15 minutes of the second period. They really turned it on since then. We'll see if they're able to beat Tyler Tamoyan here in this third period.
I think they can do it.
Well, it remains to be seen. Let's see if they can do it. Carolina the other way. Starting the rush here is Ben Riccitelli. Across it goes, good pressure from Logan Schaefer to knock him off the puck. This one goes all the way down for an icing. Puck's coming back to the right of Terranova. So John Riggins there for USC, most likely to take this draw. He'll be matched up against Drew Zremek for the Frozen Tide. Tie up here, won by USC. Put back in deep, and that's Riggins. Along the far half wall there, Drew Zremek got spotted there from Matthew Baxter. A couple of Frozen Tide players will dig it free to Evan Simos. Anastasio held in at the right point. The Tide looking to work the other way. This one dumped back in, and Terranova will drop it off to Schaefer. Anastasio left wing, looking to hit his man in Brown, and that one a bit too far for him, forcing another Alabama icing. Once again, we talked about the SEC bracket heading into this third period, but in addition to Mississippi, Auburn, got Tennessee, number 1 ranked, Georgia, number 2. First round buys here in the SEC. They'll be playing their first playoff game tomorrow afternoon.
Ooh.
There's a big hit there by the benches.
A hip check attempt.
That was clean attempt, and so we continue on. Lugging this one here for USC, Angelo Coscignano walking in. Colin Reed looking to feed it in front. Not a clean pass, but a good look nevertheless. Colin Reed, right point, sauces it over, taking a shot. Terranova, the glove save made.
Oh.
Got a little bit of a scrum in the crease there. Matthew Baxter involved, as you see. And he'll be heading to the sin bin after that.
Here's Alabama's chance to play for some pride, play for their team, try to put one on the board.
Well, this is something we talked about, the importance of special teams for Alabama today. They've had good looks, definitely. In fact, some of their best hockey has been played on the power play, up 5-on-4. We'll see if this is the chance they need to cash in. Puck hops over the stick of Dyer, and so that'll force Alabama to regain control. Sliding it across to Evan Simos here. Put back the other way for Reese Gulata. Gulata takes a little spill there, but remains in control. Up the far side, Tratar, getting it back to Gulata here as he looks to cross the red line. Instead drops it off to Evan Simos. Now at the far wing, Gabe Poland. Put back into the near corner. Terranova's going to leave that puck for Evan Simos. So Simos will start the breakout here. Tape to tape with Reese Gulata. Slides it across. Pass picked off and a shorthanded bid the other way. There's a shot. Gets deflected wide. A look for Enzo Finelli shorthanded. Banked off the end wall to Dyer here as he'll cruise up the left wing trying to gain entry. Dump and chase for Alabama. A battle along the far half wall. South Carolina, another clear. And not much going for the Frozen Tide on this opportunity. We'll see if they could change that with Reed Anastasio here. A little burst of speed up the near wing. Anastasio, far side. To the line it goes with Hayden Spencer. Now far half wall. That's Roll putting it in deep for Richards. Getting it back to Roll. Banks it off the wall. Hayden Spencer looking for the shooting lane. It went wide blocker side. Anastasio stays with it. Ends up with Richards. Richards to the right point. Surveying, looking, walking, and the seam pass. Anastasio sailed it wide. Roll. Back down low to Richards. Richards saucer feed off the side of the net from Anastasio. There was a good shift for South Carolina. And Tyler Terranova will play that puck. Matthew Baxter fresh out of the box. And here we go for some more 5-on-5 hockey. Here's a feed to the net. That one chipped just high from Richards as he had that stick blade open just a bit too much. They'll work it ahead the other way to Garrett Albers. Now a shot and a nice glove save on that shot with velocity from the defenseman Ben Riccitelli.
He makes it look so easy.
He really does.
The
He's
way
had
he
a
flashes that glove.
ton of saves just flashing the leather here today. Riccitelli, a nice shot out of Smithfield, Rhode Island. We've got a minute 20 remaining in this media timeout, so we'll briefly step aside and see you after the break. Well, welcome back after that last media timeout. Live from the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. It's the start of the SEC playoffs here in 2026. Number 4 South Carolina leading number 5 University of Alabama. Here's an opportunity for the Tide. A breakaway for Geiselhardt. Tamoyan shuts him down. What a look and what a save.
Yeah, didn't have time to make a move. Just had to throw it on net, and goalie's up for the task on last one.
Well, I would say
not a bad shot. Great
save, of course, for Tamoyan, but he can also thank the back check of his defenseman there, preventing Geiselhardt from being able to just walk in, put on some dekes. No, he had some pressure, just had to get the shot away. That is not to undermine the save as well. Phenomenal save, 1-0 against Geiselhardt out of Huntsville, Alabama. Gabe Poland looking to break it out. Look at the scoreboard and the shots on goal, and it reads as quite a convincing game for USC. But this has been a third period I think Alabama can be proud of. They work it to that far corner there. Evan Simos laying the body, putting it the other way, trying to connect with his man. John Riggins' little toe drag, and the shot ends up just wide. Evan Simos off the end wall here. Tide looking to get it out with Hovind. In that near corner, they try to dig it with Baxter. To the right point, a bit too far for the defenseman Coscignano to collect. Baxter to Coscignano here. Will slide it across to his partner Bonsukin. And for some reason, I keep messing up the 5 and the 8 on the South Carolina jersey. I don't know what it is about this font. That is the most out-of-play puck we've seen.
Good thing no one was sitting over there.
That went from neutral ice all the way to the wall behind the sheet. All right. Well, I suppose... I don't even know what happened. I guess that was a dumping attempt that just got deflected.
Not too sure.
Wow. All right. Live action back underway here. Carolina taps it into the O-zone with Carson Scove. Now it's Esposito rimming it around the wall. Back the other way goes Drew Zremak, looking here for Rowell as he has a step, and Tamoyan, a nice glove save made there.
He had to work for that one.
Reminded me of some of the stops that Terranova has made with the glove like that. So Alabama, go ahead.
Catches it with the glove to the body.
Yeah, that was an impressive stop. Alabama's chipping away at this shots on goal deficit, and now reads 41-25. It's again a third period they should be proud of. Some really good looks. Just Tyler Tamoyan again, Savannah Hockey Classic MVP. Well deserved. You're seeing why here today. Oops. Gamecocks look to move it the other way. Carson Scove enters the zone, drops it off right circle. Van Mullen rips it wide. Now at the left point, that's Dunphy. Across to Bonsukin. His shot fended off by Terranova. He might have gotten a piece of it. Back with Van Mullen at the left point. Takes a shot. A kick save made there. And back with Bonsukin. There's a big hit on that near wall. Carson Scove will pick it up and rim it around the wall. Aiden Dunphy there, looking to connect here with Enzo Finelli. Now back down low, looking to power their way to the goal. Carson Scove cuts to the slot. He scores! Carson Scove, a beautiful wrister glove side, makes it 5-0 Gamecocks. And fresh off of that goal, he is placed right in the penalty box. I think the referees weren't happy with the way he's celebrating that with that little check to the leg of Zremek. Well, that's just a great gloves, or excuse me.
They put him in the box. I didn't even see that.
Yeah. That's a great rip blocker side for Scove. Carson Scove with his 9th goal and 13th point in 13 games played for the forward out of Lawrenceville, New Jersey. Well, 5-0 Gamecocks here with 8:30 to go. It'll be a power play for the Frozen Tide as a result. A comeback is seeming ever more likely improbable. However, it is still a good opportunity to build yourself some confidence. Of course, finding the back of the net would be quite nice if you're the Frozen Tide, and so you have an opportunity to do so. Really an opportunity I would describe as gifted by Carson Scove.
He scores on you, but he's so nice. He just had to give him a chance.
Yeah, I guess so. I understand it. Probably very exciting to score here in the SEC playoffs here in Winston-Salem. Just next time, no slashing after the goal.
I must have missed it because I didn't see anything wrong.
I was just a little check to the leg after he scored. I'm not sure. Obviously, I wasn't just watching Scove trying to see if he had history with this particular player, Zremek, but that is what happened, and he's in the box as a result.
Do you think he regrets his choices? Probably not.
He might be having a nice break in there. I don't know if he's
he's
chatting
probably,
it up with the penalty
just
box
hanging out in
attendant.
there.
Yeah, just hanging out, enjoying this great game. Short-handed bid the other way, driving in. Terranova was ready for a poke check there, but a sneaky shot. Numbers for Anastasio in Alabama. Give and go, sliding it across. Unable to get a shot away for Drew Zremek. And another clear for the Gamecocks. Evan Simos in the final 7. Just 27 seconds remaining on this power play situation. It's Simo sliding it across towards Tritar. Beautiful entry for Tritar. Yeah, and a nice drop pass there. It's Dyer at the left circle. Drops it off Simos. His shot goes wide. Put back in front.
Man.
That was Gulata spinning it towards the goal. Far board situation. Final 2 seconds for Carson Scove, and he's fresh out of the box. He'll receive that pass from the goal line now, and working it ahead, an opportunity. Beautiful dekes for Baxter and Terranova. A great save and tight.
It's a really good save. Tight tight in front.
Again, okay, 5 goals against, but how about 40 saves already? Make it 41. Tyler Terranova, great goaltender for this Frozen Tide squad. There's a shot kicked away by Tamoyan there. And Gamecocks looking to push it the other way. Could be a 4-on-2. Kick save. Rebound available. Couldn't put it back on goal from Enzo Finelli. And that shot from the line went high and wide. They look to put it back in front at the right point. Sliding it across to Brendan Flaherty. His shot deflected in front. Terranova the save. The puck banked off the boards and cleared to safety. And so the Gamecocks looking to regroup. 48 shots on goal for this USC squad with just over 5 minutes to go. CJ Hoven pass broken up at the center ice logo. A little couple pump fakes there, and they'll get it ahead to Garrett Albers. Play it into the zone there by Jeremiah Campbell, and now Spencer around the wall looking to connect with Luke Richards. Richards has CJ Hoven to his right if he elects to hit him. Instead, stretches the ice towards Anastasio, and that one's a bit too far for him, and so an icing call. Well, this South Carolina team has had some very good performances here in this game. Of course, Tyler Tamoyan between the pipes. Carson Stickley with the opening goal in the first period, which for now stands as what would be the game winner. Just excellent puck movement throughout the game by this Gamecock squad. A very good performance, and we'll be interested to see who they match up against in the semifinals of the SEC tomorrow. Alabama not done yet as Richards try to feed. John Riggins with the big hit on him. And back the other way goes Bonsukin. Walking in, Du Bois shot denied by Terranova. Excuse me, that was Pusker. And it's cleared to safety. Getting it back, Aiden Dunphy. Dunphy off the glass to Anastasio. Sliding it across, Anastasio back on it. Works it to the right point. Thinking about pinching in there was Rocco Esposito, but he elected not to, and so Simos will backhand it into the zone. On the backhand here, a couple give and goes between the defensemen. Colin Reed, a cross-ice feed. It's Jake Pusker. Lost control of the puck, and it's collected by Drew Zremek. Zremek ahead. Frozen Tide looking to work it the other way. Little turnover there, and it's put back in the zone for Enzo Finelli to chase after. Back in Gamecocks control. Stickley tight angle. Stopped by Terranova. Cleared all the way down, and we'll get another. We will not get an icing from Alabama. Never mind.
Arm was in the air, and then they said, nope.
Changed their mind.
Just kidding.
3 minutes exactly left in this one. 50-26 shots on goal in favor of the Gamecocks. 5-0 your score. Terranova stick that attempt aside. Put back in front. Ooh. What a feed there. A spinorama on the backhand. Maybe blindly from Carson Stickley. Tops free to Enzo Finelli as Esposito looks for the clear. At the left point, they look to work it to the slot. Colin Reed shot denied. They try to chip it back on goal, as that was a good attempt from Finelli. He'll slide it across to that left point, putting it on goal. Terranova the save, and back the other way for Geiselhardt. Played all the way down, deemed no icing, and Tyler Tamoyan will drop it off to Jake Pusker. Or David Du Bois. Now I'm getting 8 and 9 confused. Du Bois cruising in, and a nice pad save made by Terranova. Little backhander attempt from Cohen Peterson to get it out of the zone. We're under 2 minutes to play here in this one. The Gamecocks work it the other way. turning it over to Reese Gulata, and a big turnover here. Shot taken. There's that leather once again from Tyler Terranova.
That's ridiculous. He just said, nope.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I don't think I'll let that one in.
Not this time. Take a look at this. What a reactionary glove stop.
He looks towards the ceiling.
That glove is lethal for Terranova.
Fire.
Listen, South Carolina has found the back of the net 5 times, so who am I to make suggestions?
And I think only one time was he actually beat, just straight up beat by the shot. All the rest of them have been, I'm pretty sure, some sort of pass play in front or behind. And there was the one where he went behind, in front, behind. But that was just
one goal.
A silky deke.
Yep, one goal that banked off an Alabama defenseman's skate. That glove is absolutely ridiculous. One-timer. Did he get a piece of that?
He must have. That looked wide open.
Oh, my goodness. That would be a blocker save or maybe a stick save. Unless it was just sailing wide, but we're going to give him benefit of the doubt. Amazing athleticism to slide across the crease.
Don't know how.
Final 30 seconds here in this one. Once again, Auburn taking on Ole Miss coming up next here on AAU Plus for Game 2 of the SEC playoffs. Little turnover there. Geiselhart won last rush. Puts it in deep. Tamoyan gonna play it off the boards. There's a drive from Poland. Ends up just wide. Final 5 seconds. The number 4 South Carolina Gamecocks eliminate number 5 Alabama. It's a 26-save shutout for Tyler Tamoyan to open the SEC playoff. Really impressive performance for Tamoyan. Of course, gotta tip your cap to the Alabama goaltender on the other side. Terranova's gonna finish with exactly 50 saves on the game. How about that?
That is still a great stat line for him.
50
other than
for 55.
goals allowed, but still.
Incredible work for Terranova. Now South Carolina moves on to the semifinals here in the SEC. Of course, we have this next game between Auburn and Ole Miss. We also got Tennessee and Georgia coming up tomorrow, making their debuts in these playoffs. But as we kept saying in that third period, I think that's a decent way to end it off for Alabama. I think they got better as the game progressed, started playing with some more confidence. Just not able to beat Tamoyan. That would be, I believe, his 3rd shutout of the season already.
I'm not sure what's going on there.
Fun celebration for USC. We'll have a couple of interviews coming up for South Carolina. We'll step aside for just a quick moment before then. We hope to see you there. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the post-game interviews of South Carolina against Alabama. We've got Tyler Tamoyan here, the winning goaltender for USC. Tyler, congratulations on a big shutout here to open the SEC playoffs. How are you feeling out there?
Thank you very much. I feel great. It's always good to get a shutout, and I got to really give it to the guys on the defensive zone and offensively, because we really helped keep the puck out of the middle of the net, limit shots and limit chances, and kind of just let me make the easy saves, and I feel like we did a great job and got the win.
Yeah, 100%. Offensively, your team put up 55 shots on goal. What was it like watching from the crease, seeing your team succeed there?
It was awesome. It was awesome seeing that success on the offensive zone, because that's really what we need to do to win games, and I felt like we've done a great job doing that this semester. So it's great to see the team continue to keep it up, and hopefully we can continue rolling this weekend, get and win the tournament.
Yeah, last question here. As you mentioned, to win the tournament, you'll have a tough matchup tomorrow, possibly against the University of Georgia, a team you took down in Savannah. No matter the opponent, it's going to be a good one. What's the message like in the locker room preparing for game number 2?
I would say the main message is really just playing as a team and playing our game of hockey, because when we do that, I think we're a very hard team to beat. As long as we make it easy on ourselves and continue to play the right way, I really think we are the team to beat here.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Tyler, and congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Well, all right, one last interview to wrap up coverage of this game. Back with the coach. Coach, what a game from your entire squad. But quickly, we just talked to Tyler Tamoyan. Could you speak a little bit about his performance in particular?
It's just all together. Like it's his third year with us. We won a championship 2 years ago with him and Net as his first year, and he's just amazing. He's just solid all around, and we try to. I tell the guys all the time, if you keep the shots from the outside, and a guy like that in net, we're really hard to beat. But he's amazing. He's good in the room as well. He's just overall a leader.
That's great to hear. It was a dominant performance all around. But what's one thing in particular you really liked from your team's game?
I feel like it was consistency. I think the entire game we kind of played the same. We didn't really let down, and that's the way we got to do it. As we go through the tournament, because it's going to get harder and harder here, and the guys are going to get a little bit more tired. And you just got to be smart and disciplined. And I think we did that pretty much for 60 minutes today.
And to wrap things up, as you were starting to say, looking ahead, you'll be taking on a very good opponent tomorrow. Could be Georgia like in Savannah. What's your message to the team looking ahead for round number 2?
I think for us, it's really worrying about ourselves. I think if we play the way we played at Savannah Classic, we're really, really hard to beat. I wouldn't worry about anything. It's always the effort that I ask for. We'll lose games by doing a good effort, but most of the times we'll be successful. So just the effort altogether. The guys work hard and they give all they got. We're going to be fine.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Coach, and congratulations on the big opening win.
Thank you, sir.
Well, that will conclude coverage of USC Alabama. Coming up next on AAU Plus here at the SEC playoffs, it's the Ole Miss Rebels taking on the Auburn Tigers. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, and we hope to see you there.